Who actually needs a 100-inch motorized screen that pops up from the floor every time you press a button? If you're still wrestling with a pull-down screen that sags or a fixed frame that eats half your living room real estate, this might be the upgrade you didn't know you needed. On the flip side, if you're renting or you move every year, the floor-rising mechanism could feel like overkill. The price tag lands right in that awkward zone where you're not sure if you're paying for picture quality or just convenience. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Most projector buyers start with the projector itself and treat the screen as an afterthought. That's a mistake. A cheap 100-inch screen can blur the edges of a 4K projector until it looks like 1080p, and a fixed frame in a small room forces you to sit in the sweet spot like it's a museum exhibit. This Acmejm model tries to solve both problems at once. It's a 100-inch screen that rises out of the floor, stays taut, and keeps the image flat even when the kids are running around. The catch is that it only works if you have the floor space and the right projector throw distance. Let's talk real-world setup. You'll need a room with at least 5 to 6 feet of clear floor in front of the screen and a projector that can throw a 100-inch image from about 3 to 5 feet away. If your projector is already ceiling mounted, you'll have to re-aim it downward so it hits the screen straight on, otherwise you'll get keystone distortion that no amount of auto keystone can fix. The motorized lift runs on a USB power bank or a 5V adapter, so you can hide the power brick behind the sofa or inside a cabinet. That's convenient until you realize the USB cable is only 6 feet long. If your outlet is farther away, you'll need an extension cord running across the floor, which kind of ruins the clean look. Daily usability is where this screen either earns its keep or becomes a nuisance. Press the remote once and the screen glides up in about 3 seconds, press it again and it tucks itself back into the floor cavity. No sagging, no manual tensioning, and no kids climbing on ladders to adjust it. The HBSI material is supposed to cut ambient light gain, so if you're watching during the day with blackout curtains half drawn, the image still looks punchy. That said, the surface is matte enough that you'll see slight hot spotting if you sit too close to the sides, so if you're planning a couch fort with friends, plan the seating accordingly. Where the value actually shows up is in rooms where space is at a premium. A fixed frame screen in a 12-12 room shrinks the usable area by about 20%. This floor-rising model leaves the walls clear for bookshelves and side tables. If you already own a good short-throw projector, swapping in this screen can turn a mediocre living room into a semi-decent home theater without a major renovation. The 4K per 8K marketing is mostly aspirational. Your projector still has to deliver the pixels, but the screen won't be the bottleneck. The trade-offs start with installation. You'll need to cut a rectangular hole in the floor, run a power cable underneath, and make sure the cavity is deep enough for the motor assembly. If you're not comfortable with basic carpentry or you live in a rental, this isn't a weekend project. The screen also weighs about 45 pounds, so 2 people are recommended for the lift-in. Once it's down, it sits flush with the floor, but you'll have to keep the area clear of rugs or toys that could jam the mechanism. Noise is another hidden factor. The motor is quieter than a laptop fan, but in a quiet room you'll still hear a faint whir when it starts and stops. If you're watching late-night movies with the volume low, the sound can be distracting. The remote is simple, just up, down, and a pause button, but it's infrared, so you need line of sight. Bluetooth would have been a nice upgrade. So who should buy this? If you have a dedicated media room, a short-throw 4K projector, and you hate the idea of a sagging pull-down screen, this is a solid upgrade. It's also worth a look if you're renovating and want a clean, built-in look without the permanent frame. Who should skip it? Renters, anyone without the floor space, or buyers whose projectors can't throw a 100-inch image from under 5 feet. If you're on a tight budget and already happy with a fixed frame screen, the extra cost won't translate into a noticeable picture improvement. Bottom line, the Acmejm 100-inch motorized floor-rising screen solves 2 real problems: keeping the image flat and keeping the room flexible, but it introduces a couple of new ones around installation and noise. If those trade-offs fit your